Probably one of my most important race day tips would be to run a even pace. So even to, if you kind of have a goal time, the first couple miles, if you're even slower than what you think your goal time is, it's much better to even be 20 or 30 seconds per mile too slow the first couple miles than it is to be 10 seconds too fast, because all that is going to even out later. But if you go out too fast, that can really come back to bite you in the
arse.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, so the number one mistake that I always make before a race is that I get super excited and anxious and I don't get enough sleep. So do whatever you can to make sure you get everything done that you need done before the race, and make sure that you can rest and relax the rest of this week, especially the night before the race.
All right, race day tips for half marathon training. My thought would be to find out what the race administrators are using for hydration and nutrition along the course, so that you can find out what those items are, what brand it is, and you can use that in your training along the way. Make sure that it's agreeable with what you're doing.
Oh, and one other tip. Pack a race day bag with all of the essentials that you might need for race day, before the race and after the race. It could be a change of clothes that you know is comfortable that you run in, or a change of clothes for after. So if you're hanging out, a pair of socks, an extra pair of shoes, goos, gels, or whatever you're using, water. Could be an extra iPod. Just think of anything that you might need or want, throw it in a bag tonight, and have it by the door ready on race day. Very important, do not forget your race number.
My half marathon tip for you is don't change anything on race day. Whatever you've been doing for these weeks and months leading up to race day, don't change it morning of. If you've worn the same socks, shoes, had the same thing for breakfast and it's worked for you, stick with it. It's gotten you to the starting line and it'll get you to the finish line. So that's my tip for you today. Okay, so now we have Tyler, who ran the Gulf Coast Half Marathon, Pensacola Beach, this past April. So that was the first race in the Gulf Coast Half Marathon series. So Tyler has some interesting what nots to do as you get ready for your half marathon. Tyler, what are some of those that you have?
I'm going to recommend that what you should not do is go into a race wearing all new gear, things that you're not familiar with.
So what did you do?
Or new shoes, new socks, and new shorts.
And as a result?
Didn't do very well. Had some problems as I was kind of going along with the race.
Blistering and things of that sort?
Some pretty bad blisters in between the toes, ball of the foot, and the arch.
Okay, so that's one. What's the second thing that you would recommend?
Get some rest the night before. Turn your phone off and have a separate alarm. Phone went off about 3-4 times that night, kind of not really preparing me for the race. The next day,
that was a very restful night's sleep.
Yeah, it was tossing and turning and waking up every now and then.
Okay, what's the third one that you might suggest?
Stick to a training schedule. Don't kind of do what I did, is realize about a month and a half before the race is, you're like, oh, I should kind of start training, and just throw in some random runs here and there. Stick to something that you're going to be able to go by and have a good race from.
And those are Tyler's whatnots to do in a half marathon.
And this year I will be training. I did the training, but my training on the last marathon was only I think I've only did 2 long runs. All were short runs, working on speed, but my goal this time is to work on the endurance, doing the long runs, following a consistent program. Last time it was very scattered, getting a few short runs in here and there, 8 miles here, 5 miles there. Only ran 2 at 13 miles before I did the marathon. I think I could do much better. My time could be much better, and my training will be much better with less risk for injury.
I would
have not bought a brand new shirt and never worn it before, so I got really chafe under my arms, so don't buy any new clothes. If you're going to wear it the day of, at least take one long run with it. Other than that, enjoy the day, enjoy being outside, enjoy the scenery, the people screaming for you, and just watch the people running by. Even if you're running, enjoy it, and just make the best of it.